We're 9 holes away from crowning the 2024 Tennessee State Disc Golf Champion. This event being brought to you by Disc Golf One, and we are back here at the Panther Creek location in Morristown, Tennessee. Ace Run Productions again bringing you this coverage. Back in the booth, I am Felix.
And I am Conrad.
Conrad, we've seen Chris Dickerson able to maintain and extend his lead so far through the front 9 of this course, but the back half maybe adds a little more challenge.
It does have its challenges, but for a man that shot 18 down yesterday, I don't think he remembers any of the challenges. He only remembers the birdies. Looking at the leaderboard, we see who we have and who is chasing the champion right now.
Yeah, we're going to start things off here on hole 10, 740-foot par 5. This one slightly uphill coming out of the chute here. You want to be on your left-hand side as much as you can on your finish of your drive to give you a little bit of a better open look through this gap here. Your second shot is going to filter then downhill, and this green here at the end, very quick. It can get away with you here and cost you some strokes on the back end of this hole if you're not too careful. One that is definitely attackable for the eagle, but the birdie here just fine. Even pars really are going to play here at this late stage of the game.
Chris letting some go on a hyzer, flipping it up, moving to the right, and then gently coming back. As long as he hasn't gone too far into the brush, he's in the prime location to attack.
Yeah, similar spots, I think, to where he was during round 2. Brandon Brown getting right up to the crest of the hill there, more in the middle.
I would describe Chris's shot the same as I just described Chris's shot.
Yes, similar flight, similar result.
Mm-hmm.
Grady getting a little more off of this one in terms of distance.
Yeah, Brandon's going to have the more difficult angle getting through the gap and trying to work around and down.
Oh, this might be
well,
great.
That's great. Never mind. It was more difficult, but he definitely executed it.
Oh, spectator loves it. Gave him the fist pump. Yeah, the backhand here on that turn angle can get you the eagle look, where the forehand is more of the play for the birdie.
Yeah.
Grady's so far down there. He's almost at the actual gap.
And that went in front of the tree that you're aiming at to make the turn, so that should be good. And Chris is, he's really close to going too far, but he has a great line.
Lining up the forehand here. This is touchy because you want it to go straight and then start to pan there at that tree, and it gets clipped by that tree. Winkle.
So Chris Winkle sent something down there. Hopefully it had the right pace and didn't get too slippery and end up behind the basket.
Got some claps from the gallery. So Dickerson here with that floaty approach putter. He's going to be looking to get to 39 down with that birdie look coming up.
We've seen him do that same approach in the past, and sometimes the putter gets a little slippery and gets away from him. He's coming back at it, but that right there was perfect.
Grady must have got caught up early. Still haven't gone to Brandon. There's Brandon.
Oh, my goodness.
Eagle bid.
Wow.
Fantastic. Gets him to 31 down.
Oh.
Winkle touch low there. Grady with the birdie. Gets him to 34 for the moment, cutting that lead down to 4. Christo's going to get it right back to 5 there.
And Winkle tapping in for his par. Moving on to the climb that is known as hole 11. It's a par 5, 620 feet. Again, the elevation adding much more to the distance than is on the scorecard. The drone flight here is off to the left a little bit. You want to stay more to the right of where it's going. You'll have a slightly more open look, a slightly more open path. You're still going to have to fight your way up the rocks, the logs, and the hill to get to the basket. Once you get up here, you want to stay up here and just put it in.
Sounds so simple.
I still don't know what route is the right route off the tee.
It might be that.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be that right there.
Brandon putting that exactly where you want to be to continue attacking. Chris has done well as well. So that's the fairway. Okay. Note to self.
Yeah. Grady getting to see those two shots in front of him now has to execute something similar. A little straighter, a little more right. But that should be well and in play for him to move up. This might be too straight.
Yeah, he went a little wide. And I honestly thought he was around that tree that he hit, but so now he begins to climb up the hill.
Yeah, he had to split those two trees in front of him and gets very good forward progress there. It's hard. You're throwing so far uphill that your disc just naturally stalls at the end of its flight.
And it's like the best shot that you can throw right there is the standstill. Like trying to gain the momentum going up the hill, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You won't be able to transition that into going forward.
Grady doesn't want to hear that. He goes ahead and does a small X step and powers it up the hill.
Grady, why you do that to me, Grady? You knew what I was about to say.
He heard you. He knew what you were saying. Brandon opting for the forehand here, looking to, again, let's see if he's going to chop. No, that's more of a flat, more neutral shot up the hill.
Yeah.
I like that.
Again, his forehand didn't have enough time to fight back over, I think, because he's so strong.
Chris, right at it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how slippery these rocks would be if it is raining, with all that moss and everything on them.
I'm glad that someone brought the umbrella so we didn't have to deal with it.
So far, yeah. I don't see Brandon's umbrella anymore, though, either. Did he put it back away in the car? At the turn?
No. He did have a caddy or somebody that joined him briefly.
Ah, okay.
Grady. Ooh, he tickles the change, but not center. Good bid, though.
Yeah. Oh, the old "you're still out."
There's the center.
There you go. Still collects the birdie here on the par 5. Birdie as well there.
Chris puts in his birdie.
As you would expect, this hole being the par 5 for the short distance, averaging 4.53, so one you definitely want to get that birdie on. And hole 12. Par 3, 370 feet. Very touchy hole here. This center tree here kind of defines your right and left gap. Drone here is going to fly the left-hand side for the turnover or the baby forehand approaches here. It's a quick 370. It goes downhill very fast, and then the green itself here, very quick. We've seen plenty of people kind of skip past the landing area here and end up on that back log all the way down there, giving themselves a difficult comeback putt. We saw everybody kind of go right side during round 2. And there's the first left side we've seen.
It looks like it stayed true the whole way down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon's out here carving some impressive lines. I like his game.
Chris going with the right gap, the same as yesterday.
Didn't hear any knocks. So
I think I heard a nice. I'm not sure if that was who that was from, but
okay. Grady with the trying to force the little turnover there. A little bit too wide, gets clipped up.
We'll see Chris Winkle here. Which route does he take? He takes the left route as well. But that was not turning to the right. It hit a tree and went to the right, so.
Looked a little under-committed. Not quite sure what disc he threw there, if he was anticipating it naturally drifting over to the right.
Yeah.
This looks like a berg by that shape.
Yeah, possibly. More than likely. Yeah, it was a berg.
Nice
That's
touch.
a nice. Yep.
Very good on the pace there. Checks up nicely by the green. Grady, this is for his par. Needs this to keep some kind of pressure on Chris. And he's not going to have it. He knows that one was an important one.
Yeah, and Brandon is off to the left past the basket. Really past the basket.
Yeah. That's what we talked about on this preview. You can sail this easily and end up back 40, 50 feet. Chris with the birdie look and is not going to have it.
It was interesting that yesterday he conceded the par here. But today he was denied the birdie.
Oh no, that is a bit high, but gosh, these disc catchers usually bring that in.
Yeah.
Dang. A little bit of a sigh of relief there from Grady, only losing the 1 stroke to Chris here, what could have been a 2-stroke swing and possibly started to ice this out.
Hole 13, a par 4 coming in at 590 feet. You're playing downhill, so it doesn't feel like that full distance. What you want to do is get under this limb to get out to the open. We've seen hyzer shots, we've seen forehands, we've seen really flippy shots, whatever it takes to get out to the opening so that you can then have a simple upshot for the approach and tap in for the birdie. Getting off the tee is critical on this one.
Brandon looking for the forehand here, just wants something to get out there and then kind of fight its way back over into the hillside on the right.
And it's done just that. Chris lining up the roller. No, that's not.
No, that's like the neutral to stable disc there, just trying to get that right side movement. And
Looks
some
like he
fade. That's so good.
He shaved the leaves a little bit, clearing up the course maintenance for the next guy coming through. Ready with that flippy disc again, but is it flipping? Yes, it is. Oh my
goodness.
Gosh. What disc is that? Like, I don't know what disc that is.
I don't know either.
That turns that late. And Chris Winkle gets something. He forces something through the trees to get out there, so he'll be out in the open as well. Everyone basically playing the upshot game here. Who can get closer?
Very nice there.
Really close.
Chris looking to jump putt approach here.
Maybe a half bid. Had the line.
Yeah.
Brandon with the stepper. We already know that he can step.
Hey.
200-foot upshots.
He stepped with the right foot forward. Normally, if you're a right-handed putter, your left foot is coming through as the step foot. Something a little different there.
Hasn't Zach mentioned something about that before?
Zach's lineup, like the way he sets up for putts in general, is almost what you would call goofy-footed. I know it's a skateboarding term, but it also applies to golf, where it's like opposite of the norm. It just fits Zach's game so perfectly. But yeah, he just feels more comfortable lining up the shot that way. It's all preference, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, hole 14, a par 4, 465 feet uphill for about 3/4 of this drive here. These trees that the drone is approaching now kind of set you up for a little bit of a low ceiling if you're not centering your drive completely here. This last set of trees on your left, the last real danger to avoid coming in to give yourself a possible eagle look. Some of the arms on this card definitely capable of doing so. We saw Chris put this inside the bullseye yesterday.
Yeah, looking at the stats, that right there was the easiest hole. Playing a full stroke under par.
And then opting for the forehand here. Getting a lot of turn on this and fighting out slightly there. There it is, right behind the tree.
No, that should give him a look. Just outside the circle, I believe. Tyler's leaving.
Tyler Serrell, yep. Chris, that same disc he blitzed yesterday up this hill, and this looks like a similar flight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not quite bullseye, but definitely in a circle.
We hear some cheers from up there. People like it. Grady, a big sigh here. Needs to match here. Needs to get off of that.
Miss it? All right.
It does. Okay. So he'll be on the left side there.
You still have a clean look at the basket.
Chris Winkle showing off some distance here, getting up that hill.
Getting to the top. Oh.
Ooh, whoa, whoa. Okay. 4 eagle looks, it looks like.
Oh.
Man. One just low, one just high. Grady inside the circle for his eagle bid.
For the center eagle.
37 down on the tournaments. Chris. Probably about 18. We're going to gate a couple strokes on that lead again, and we'll do so. It's getting late here, hole 14. These guys might start to get that feeling like they're polishing the brass on the Titanic here.
You did say brass, right?
Brass, yep.
Okay. Hole 15, another par 4 coming in at 650 feet. Objective is to stay away from the right. Natural will be stay away from the left. Road will be and be far enough that you have a clean look into the gap to get to where the basket is. We've seen players be in the ideal position and some of them a little short. It doesn't matter as long as you can get to this green in 2, you can easily get the birdie. Be careful though, the green is a little fast sloping away from your shots.
Chris pushing it more on the right side this time, but again gets right to the center landing area. Looks like that's going to be right in line with where you want to be.
Yep. Grady's trying to figure out what the wind is doing.
Yeah.
See the wind toying with his disc just a little bit, but he still makes it to the landing area.
That's a stable frisbee, whatever that was. Brandon flattening one out here down near where Chris's ended up.
Let's see if Winkle's going to join the party over there. And it looks like he is. Again, you want to be away so that you have some type of look at this approach. And that leaked off to the right a little bit, but he should still have a look for a putt. Grady's looking down the barrel.
Floaty putter approach here. Just a little bit of hyzer at the end. That is beautiful.
Great touch.
It's like he's playing catch with the basket. And this is another long jump putt approach.
He got a little roll behind the basket, but at first I thought he was going right into that tree, but ended up pretty well. Chris is actually just a little too far. He's going to have to go around that other tree to get back to the basket, but for him, that is obviously not a problem.
Oof, yeah. Winkle having to contend with a little bit of limbs here, but not an issue. What a putt.
Yeah.
Chris at 27 down so far for the tournament. Strong showing.
Good putt there by Brandon. Getting his birdie as well. Grady, Mr. Center.
Strikes again. Chris with the closest approach of the bunch will have this left for his birdie to get him to 44 down. And we come up to hole 16, a par 3 at 365 feet. A little tricky one here. Slightly downhill, slightly left to right terrain here throughout the entirety of this hole. You've got a little bit of a low ceiling as you start to approach the back half of this hole here. These trees kind of line the tunnel that you prefer to go down. You're going to see some forehands here. Backhand, maybe not so. Backhand rollers also work well to get you a look down here. Chris opting for the forehand, really trying to exaggerate his line by starting off the tee and then kind of tightrope walking that left side.
Oh, he gets a big skip, hits the bunker, and then rolls around to the front side.
What? Just
so he's going to have a putt, just like
he was early, then he wasn't. That's crazy.
That's champ love. Ooh, that's too. That's early. Yeah. I'm gonna get me some champ love. Where can I get some of that?
That may be
Brandon,
a little early.
his is a little early as well. He may have cut through. If not, he's going to be having to straddle around the tree to have a position for a putt. Winkle here knows lay something down nice and low. Gets a
get
crazy flare.
Nice shot. Grady having to get down on a knee and straddle out here. Oh, there goes the knee. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Wow.
That's an awkward position to throw from, and he's going to skip through the bunker. Oh!
Nice putt by Brandon.
Yeah, getting the birdie there. Chris went a little deep.
Oh, and just off the front of the cage.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Good drive. Probably got some unfortunate ground reaction there. Probably rolled back into that stuff. Chris not letting off the gas whatsoever. Another birdie. 45 down on the tournament so far.
Grady trying to save his par, and is able to do it with his center. And Winkle tapping in for his par. Hole 17, we have another par 5 here that is very eagleable. 635 feet. I'm going to fly the way the drone is going now. Staying to the right of that tree. Staying as right as long as you can without getting into trouble is ideal. That'll open up the approach line into the green for your next shot. We've seen people approach from the left side. Right side is a little bit easier. Just don't go too far on the green. You'll have an easy putt for the bird. Yeah, there you go. We saw Chris in that stuff yesterday. He makes it just by, and it's basically where I just told you to throw the drive. He's right there.
Yeah, that's very ideal there. You can stick to that right side. Definitely opens up your second shot a lot more.
This is headed right to that tree.
Yep. It's a tempting target for sure. You want to be just to the right of it, but you need to be tight to it as well, so that can happen more often than you think.
Grady has a nice drive there. Don't know if that tree's going to end up in his way. He's going to have to navigate that tree that's closest to him.
This needs to hurry.
Now this is great.
Hurry, 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 and perfect.
Both Chris's with good drives here.
Absolutely. Brandon having to work a forehand roller? That should be okay.
I'm going to say that works. Yeah. Yeah, that tree's in Grady's ideal path.
Maybe a little too low there for it to get the full flight he was looking for.
Yeah, it may have cut off to the right.
Yeah, we'll see if that cut over. Chris has the perfect gap. He can go left or right. Looks like he's lining up hyzer right side.
He is. And he should be inside the circle looking at eagle putt.
Mm-hmm. Another one of these tweener holes that maybe needs to be looked at for the future of this tournament in terms of the par.
Yeah, at least for this division, at least for the top players here. It probably averages different for an entire field. Oh, no, that's a terrible roll. It's a terrible roll.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, 0.78 below par, so 4.22 average for the MPO field, the second easiest hole on the day. Brandon starting to walk that one home, and this is now, that's not fair.
That's the second roller of this hole, which is not what you want to see when you're putting.
And Chris, outside the circle, a little shorter than I thought for the eagle look.
Oh, and just tosses it up there.
Yep. One hole left, no sense taking any extra risks here.
Oh, and Winkle tickles the trains on the right side.
He's played solid. He's just had a couple of breaks not go his way throughout the day, but it's been fun watching his game. Same with Brandon Brown.
Yeah.
Birdie there for Chris. Winkle and Grady will do the same. We've got the tap in left here for Chris before we approach the final hole of this tournament. Is the final hole here, hole 18, a par 3, 365 feet. Slightly uphill to start. Then as you start to approach these trees here, slightly flattens out to maybe a touch of downhill at the end here. Not much in terms of obstacles on the way besides these last sets of trees that the drone is approaching now. Right side can get a little cagey, don't want to get it stuck in there as that'll cost you a stroke, but pretty straightforward hole to finish out this tournament here. And a great tournament it's been to watch. Chris Dickerson looking to walk this one in.
Great looking flight.
That is just fine there.
Grady went a little to the right yesterday. Today looked like he's fixed that as long as he misses that tree.
No, it gets caught
but
up
he
in
did
it.
not.
A little too high.
So that'll be outside the circle there.
Yeah. Let's see what Chris Winkle has lined up here. That same orange disc he's been throwing a lot this round.
Well, this is it on a lot of hyzer. Flips up the flat.
That's flippy though. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let's go.
And
Oh my God.
The ace on 18.
That's worth the price of admission. This is how you want to enter the tournament, no matter how you started. Get some nice little wind bounces and just the right amount of bounces gets it
sails
into
right
the chain.
in. Wow.
And found out that disc is a T-bird.
Oh, okay. Brandon opting for the more hyzer route, looking for some skip down there.
You should get some skip to the basket there. Chris Winkle getting the crowd love as he gets the disc out of the basket.
What a shot. And to do it on hole 18 when you got the crowd there watching, that's fantastic. Oh, Grady, a little right side there. Nice birdie for Brandon Brown to close out his tournament, bring him down to 37 under overall. Chris with that ace to 30. And Chris Dickerson. With the big birdie putt to close out the win. One par, one eagle
on behalf of
on the back nine.
Hamlin County, Visit Morristown, and Disc Golf 1. I'm proud to present our first place trophy to our multiple time and course record holder, Chris Dickerson.
Thank y'all for coming out. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
I know we enjoyed it. Chris, now a 7-time Tennessee States champion.
Yeah, there you see the final scoreboard. 16 down today, just 2 off of his own record pace. It's a fun one to watch, all 3 rounds. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Again, give us a like and subscribe. Check us out on all of our socials at Ace Run Pro. Congrats on the ace, Chris Winkle. Fun one to watch, lots of action from start to finish. Of course, a big shout out to our Patreon community, our Ace Runners, for helping to make this coverage possible. We appreciate all the support. Congratulations to Chris Dickerson. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And as always, from all of us at Ace Run Productions, let's run it.